Scientists may have found a second Earth, but NASA didn't celebrate. There were no cheers. No historic breakthrough. Only silence. Because this planet has everything. Water. An atmosphere. And temperatures perfect for life. And yet, there is no sign of life at all. 600 light years away. It looks like a perfect version of Earth, but completely empty. Too perfect to be natural. Almost as if it wasn't formed, but made. In 2009, NASA made a decision that sounded almost insane. They spent over $600 million to launch a telescope into space. Its name was Kepler. But here's the strange part. Kepler was never designed to take beautiful pictures. It didn't capture galaxies. It didn't record exploding stars. Its only mission was to stare into the dark. More precisely, at over 150.000 stars in the Milky Way. Day, night, without stopping. And it was looking for something almost invisible. When a planet passes in front of its star, the light drops by just 0.01%. A tiny change, almost impossible to detect. Imagine standing 100 kilometers away, looking at a single light, and waiting for a mosquito to pass in front of it. That's the level of precision Kepler needed. And with that, humanity began discovering worlds we had never seen before. Until December 5, 2011, something unusual appeared in the data. At first, it was just a tiny signal, almost invisible. A star's brightness dropped slightly, then returned to normal. Nothing seemed special. But months later, it happened again. Exactly the same. Then a third time. And a fourth. Every 290 days. The star dimmed again. No variation. No randomness. Just perfect repetition. As if something was passing in front of it. Not faster. Not slower. But with terrifying precision. That's when scientists realized this wasn't noise. It wasn't an error. This was a planet. A new world. Hidden in the dark. And they gave it a name. Kepler 22b. At first, Kepler 22b seemed completely normal. A planet larger than Earth. About 2.4 times its size. But that number is exactly what caught attention. In the universe, there's a strange pattern. Planets are usually either very small or very large, but between 1.5 and 2.5 times Earth's size. Almost nothing exists. A gap with no clear explanation. And Kepler 22b sits right in the middle of it. Not slightly off. Exactly there. As if it wasn't supposed to exist. But the strange part doesn't end there. Its orbit. In reality, no orbit is perfect. Planets are constantly pulled by surrounding gravity. Even Earth doesn't move in a perfect circle. But Kepler 22b is almost perfectly circular. Stable. Precise. Undisturbed. In a chaotic universe, that level of perfection feels unnatural. But the orbit was only the beginning. When scientists looked at the entire system, things became even stranger. Kepler 22b appears completely alone. No moon. No nearby planets. No asteroid belt. No comet clouds. No sign of a living planetary system. In the universe, this almost never happens. Because when planets form, they always leave behind traces. Cosmic dust. Debris. Unfinished material. But around Kepler 22b, there is almost nothing. Everything is unnaturally clean. As if the entire region has been cleared. Not by chance, but by design. To explain Kepler 22b, scientists tested every possibility. The first idea: a super-Earth. A larger rocky planet with a thick atmosphere. Sounds reasonable. But if the atmosphere is too thick, it becomes a hell like Venus. If it's too thin, it can't hold its structure. That balance is almost impossible. The second idea, an ocean world. A planet completely covered in water. No land. No continents. It sounds perfect for life. But without land, there's no mineral cycle. And without that, complex life struggles to exist. The third idea, a mini Neptune. A small gas planet. But then, its position is too close to its star. It doesn't fit what we know. The final idea, a hybrid world. Rock, water, and gas combined. But to form something like that requires extremely precise conditions. So precise, it's nearly impossible. And after all that, no single explanation fits everything. When you put everything together, something starts to feel suspicious. Its size falls exactly within a rare gap. Its orbit is almost perfect. The system around it is unnaturally empty. One coincidence could be random. Two could be luck. But when everything lines up, scientists begin to ask a different question. What if this isn't entirely natural? Some bold theories suggest that Kepler 22b might be a fine-tuned world. Not a conclusion, just a possibility. Because so far, there is no evidence to prove it. And yet, the idea is hard to ignore. A planet, too perfect, too clean, too stable, as if everything was arranged. But even if that were true, there is a bigger barrier. One we cannot cross. Kepler 22b is 600 light-years away. Which means, everything we see is just how it looked 600 years ago. And if life exists there, they would see us in the past as well. Two worlds existing at the same time, but never meeting in the same moment, not because of distance, but because of time. In 2018, the Kepler Space Telescope completed its mission. Over 9 years, it discovered more than 2.600 exoplanets. But among all those worlds, Kepler 22b remains one of the greatest mysteries. Today, new telescopes like the James Webb Space Telescope are continuing that journey. They are more powerful, more precise, and for the first time, they can analyze the atmospheres of distant planets, searching for signs of life. Maybe, in the near future, we will finally know the truth. Does Kepler 22b have oceans? Does it have life? Or is it just a perfect but empty world? But perhaps the more disturbing question is not about that planet. If something out there looks designed, what about us? Our Earth orbits at just the right distance from the Sun. We have a moon, just the right size to stabilize our axis, and a giant Jupiter, shielding us from deadly asteroids. Too many things are just right. So perfect, it almost doesn't feel random anymore. So in this universe, are we the observers? Or are we the ones being observed? Kepler 22b is not just a planet. It's a mirror. And when we look at it, what we might be seeing is not a distant world, but ourselves.